All right, welcome everyone to Community Lighthours. My name is Susanne Conrad. I'm the founder of Lightyear Leadership, and I'm joined today by our wonderful Lightyear coach, Bertha. And we are going to be kind of talking back and forth as we do in Community Lighthours, she and I, a bit about what we see people facing in the summer to be able to create more ease and restore themselves more rapidly to create their vision and goals. And she has a wonderful program in store for you. So first I want to I just want to welcome you to June 9th, 2022. And where I live, the specific particle that I am, like I'm returning home after a week of travel, which I'm very blessed and grateful to have. And I also notice my body is going, I'm home. And of course, people are out doing all kinds of things. And part of what summer is for me is being able to be grateful for being still, to recover and restore from these bursts of activity. Like sometimes I feel like a comet, screaming through the sky. I don't know exactly what it feels like for you. But so I want to really dedicate today to the work that Bertha has done in her life and in our community as someone who stands for, I'm just going to talk about it. So I've never gotten to meet Bertha in person. There's a lot of people that I feel quite intimate with over this COVID period that I worked with deeply, and I've not met them. And yet I know Bertha. And Bertha is this giant heart of a commitment to people. And I'm going to say particularly to the feminine within us, the part of us that does know how to restore. And Bertha is herself in, I'm going to say, a large transition. She's up to huge things. It takes great courage and heart to stay committed to our vision and goals as we face the circumstances of daily living. So that's actually, I feel, a very potent introduction. This is a person who's up to a lot, is a lot, is a wonderful, see, I'm almost 62, a wonderful young person, like showing the pulse of what it takes to live what we call in Lightyear the and life. So instead of, well, I could either do this or that, like living all of it. So with that, why don't I let you kick it off, Bertha, and share a little bit about our topic of summer and ease, and we'll just sort of go back and forth and talk, and then there'll be a chance for us to listen to you. And I want to just let people know again that if perhaps just joined us, the call is being recorded. It will be placed on YouTube. So, save your passwords for another venue. and this is where we share things that will help the broader community and help liberate all of us to a greater level of ease. So come on in, Bertha, and share with us some of the things you see.
Well, thank you for that introduction. I'm like taking it in, and one of the things that we talk about is appreciation and learning. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking it in, and it's really awesome to hear you say that. So welcome. My name is Bertha. If you haven't met me, I live here in California. And what came about with this Lighthours theme is I work full time and I'm also coaching. So I'm in the middle of molding both worlds together, integrating them. And I've been having to teach myself, remember, hey, restore yourself as you're going through all these different things that are happening in life. I'm sure many of you have different things going on in your life, and it can get a little crazy at times, right? And right now, through all this, I'm remembering the tools that we use here in Lightyear, which one of the big ones that I've been using throughout the last couple of weeks is the power of knowing what you want. And on my desk, I have a notepad. And before I start my day, I write everything I want for the day. And the thing that I keep seeing is ease and flow. I want to have ease and flow in my work day. So that's something that I continue to write because that's something that I want to feel. I don't want to feel stressed and all the anxiety that sometimes happen. I feel like some days I'm putting out fires. Earlier in this week, I felt like I was getting all these emails and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm starting to go and worry and doubt in myself. And I'm like, no, like I have all these tools, like I'm going to restore myself. I went to yoga and I'm like, okay, like I needed some time for myself to like check back into who I am. And I know I'm a confident leader. I got this. Like there's many different things at play, but I totally got this. And it was a way to, there's so many different ways that we can restore ourselves. And I want you all to get curious about what some of the things that you can do as we move along in this hour.
Okay, that's awesome. So one of the ways that we'll do community light hours is we want to share with you some actual things that you can do. So Bertha mentioned one, which is the power of knowing what you want. And I'll say another couple ones that I use, because it's almost literally summer. I love to use music. And I also love to, have flowers, get myself outside. But I think I want to just raise some of the difficult stuff, Bertha, for fun. We do this thing called Lightyear kind of fun. Honestly, for me, now I'm looking at the ages and stages of the people on the call, and I'm also considering our listeners of the recording. As a young single mother, summer just used to make me want to like tear my hair out. I didn't have the resources. Like school's over, public school was over. What the hell? What am I going to do? So it meant I needed to scramble money together, put together summer camps, beg my mom, I don't know, whatever I was going to have to do, and different kind of hours. I also noticed my body. Bertha and I talked about this a little bit. My body was used to like going out for summer vacation as a child. Hey, Casey. But then, when summer came, I didn't get a break. It just meant like going to work in air conditioning. I was like, wait, so there was something kind of discontinuous. There wasn't like this reward for being an adult. And it looked like to reward myself, it took money. So it's a little bit like the tension that can come upon people around Christmas and Hanukkah, where there's high expectations of something being a peak experience. And yet there's this underlying unspoken stress, maybe of like, well, do I have the resources? Do I have the time? Do I have the picture of how to really have these longer days become valuable to me? Okay, I'll just stress you with one other thing. It's kind of unfair, but I want to not pretend with us that like bringing ease to this season does take a consciousness. It takes a heart, like Bertha has. I remember, later on when my own kids were bigger, babysitting up in Canada, Kelly, and the sun never would go down. I mean, it was up and I was babysitting. The babies would just be like awake because the light was, and we're on the trampoline. It's 10:30. I'm like, oh my Jesus, when are they going to go to bed? And it wasn't till dark. So there was a way where I also needed to manage my physical energy because I was up earlier, awake longer. I don't know what it's like in Sault Ste. Marie, for Leah there. And you have longer days. So with that as a background, Bertha, let's share some of the tools that can help people when, we might have the fear of missing out, or how are we going to manage our resources of time? So yeah, what are some of the things that you're doing that help you with that, Bertha?
So as you're talking about this, the thing that was coming to mind is line of choice. And that line of choice is something that your teacher, Dorothy Wood Espio, taught us. And so it's very simple. So we have a line, and above the line, we have things like love, forgiveness, creativity. There's a few different other things. And below that, we have resentment, fear, doubt, worry. And so those are some of the things that we're experiencing over the summer, especially like you mentioned, having kids or having different trips coming up. I know me personally, I have a trip coming up in the summer, at the end of the summer in August, and I have to coordinate with other friends and my husband. So that can sometimes put me below the line and go into worry of like, oh, okay, what are they going to want to do? What if Darren doesn't want to do that? And like trying to coordinate with other people. So what I tend to do now is like, okay, I think about it and I'm like, okay, Bertha, like what does Bertha actually want? Like, so I think of what I want and I'm like, I want to be in the experience of creativity. Like what is possible? Like we're going to Washington, so I'll be close to you, Casey. I'm in Seattle, so it's like, okay, well, there's so many things to do in Washington. I'm like, I'm gonna get curious and have some fun around it, instead of being worried of like, oh, is everyone gonna have fun? That's always been one of my defaults, is getting worried about if my husband's gonna have fun in something that we do. So I like to use the line of choice to be able to differentiate, like, am I in worry or am I in choice? Like when I'm in worry, I'm not in choice. So to restore myself back into choice, I look at different things like, oh, okay, we can have a good time, doing all these other activities. Like I'm going to go for a hike and I'm going to do yoga with some of my friends that live out there. So there's just creating other possibilities that I didn't see before, of like, oh, well, my friends have a baby. And so then that cuts down on some of the things that we do. So just reminding myself of the things that would make me feel in choice again.
So
And that's something, yeah.
Well, I was just going to punctuate what you said. It's a really important choice, like to be able to notice what would make you happy, the way Bertha said, versus like trying to please everybody else. There is a pull in summer and Christmas and Hanukkah, these pulls to do that. So, okay, Daniel has a big storm. That's the other thing that happens in summer. Oh, weather. My God. Big storms, like it's just more volatile. There's more happening. There's more heat. There's more moisture. So why don't we take a moment, Bertha, and just find out from a couple people, what are you excited about for summer, and what also might be like a stress? Because it could be that people are starting new jobs. It could be that they haven't actually created all their plans, or they're caring for people. So let's just hear a little bit of popcorn style, like what are people excited about, and what are they also maybe concerned about or a little bit stressed about?
Yeah, and if you want to just raise your digital hand and we'll call on you. Beth, come on.
Hey guys. Oh gosh, I cannot wait. I literally come back to St. Louis, my home, on the first day of summer. I'm so happy. I cannot wait. I've been in New York City for the past month, taking care of my daughter, and the city's eating me alive, y'all. We just went to Target, and I thought I was going to lose my religion at Target, but I'm good. So, and so that is just like, and I'm probably, putting too much on that. Like it's going to be home. It's going to be all four of us at home again, and all the dogs and everything. But right now, that just is like giving my heart so much like joy to think about what that's going to feel like. So really, that's what I'm really kind of focused on right now, is the ease that's going to come with that. And yeah, not really anything too challenging I'm looking ahead to. I'm just in my own bed.
That sounds really exciting, Beth. Thank you for sharing. And Leah, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, everyone. For me, every time summer comes around, I always look for opportunities where I can grow. And so this summer, I'm looking at doing the personal power intensive with Susanne and Nancy. I just saw that popped up. I'd also like to do the Geotran gathering. And then, however, I I'm feeling like I'm tight on resources, which is then a new place for me to be in. So it's for the first time I'm feeling like maybe I can't do these things that I want to do. So I kind of am feeling like, oh, is that really the true? Can I not do them? How can I make them happen? So I'm kind of in that little world right now. I'm really searching for the nurturing so I can really stand in my leadership right now. And so all of a sudden this popped up in my email this morning. And so I really feel like that was the answer for me. And then also with my family, like I just love to be outside in nature with my family. So I'm looking forward to that transition. And then they have their busy things going on. They all have something. They're either working or they have their own personal growth things. So I know that I will be a driver too. So I am looking for those pockets of being able to restore and be in nature, and then just being at ease with those times where I am going to be the driver and busy. So that's what my summer is looking like right now.
Great, thank you. So I just had a question around the resources. Is there something that you're feeling as you're talking about limited in resources?
Well, my husband and I really believe in investing in our kids' personal development. And so they've had some really big transitions in the last year. And so the investments have been bigger there, which has then had me look at, I need to balance out how I'm doing things. So I almost feel like, can I do that investment in myself? I've done those investments in myself in the years past, but can I continue? That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just not sure yet. Like, is there something for me to do to generate more so that I can invest in myself too? That was something that came in my field of vision today. What is it that I can do so that I can generate and to make sure that I can attend these things? These things are important for me to attend. I don't see it as an option to not attend. That's what I see. So I'm going to sit with what can I generate for myself to ensure that I can enroll and feel like I'm not taking away from something that my family needs.
Well, may I comment on that, Bertha, a bit? Like I see you doing this, Bertha, and I feel like this could help you too, Leah, and it could give everybody a new definition of ease. Are you guys ready? But it's essentially that sometimes for me, almost all the time, like saying yes, paying the deposit, getting my head wrapped around when I'm camping, when I'm putting my patootie on a plane, actually relaxes me and gives me ease, because then I know what I'm in. And I know that might seem paradoxical to some of the people listening here on the call or even to the recording, but a lot of times ease is caused by committing, and admitting myself to the things that I care most about that are part of my vision and goals, which is why, Bertha and I are doing this today, is to help people live that life. There's going to be plenty that comes against us. And I want to just also say it's interesting to me that the two people that have shared so far are actually in dynamic supportive roles of their daughters. And I just want to appreciate that for both of you. And I get it. I do. Thanks, Leah. Thanks, Bertha.
Thank you. Thank you, Susanne, everyone.
All right, Karen, come on up.
Aloha. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Bertha, for having this time to check in and learn skills and practice them. To answer the question, it's to me that it's the same thing. So my fence project, as some of you have heard of before, I've got this big fence project, and it's both the super exciting thing that I'm looking forward to, and it's also the thing that I find myself, in stress about. And one of the things I think I've learned this time is really putting agreements in writing. And but I haven't done that yet. So I'm still just reaping the rewards from not having agreements in writing and the mess that created. And the other thing that I'm both looking forward to and has been a source of stress is my old son moved here yesterday, and I of course I'm so excited about it. So when he got here, I'm like, yay! And he's tired. He was whatever traveling, and I thought we were going to do all these things, and he's hurt his ribs or whatever. And so it was just to be able to notice, oh yeah, I thought we were going to be doing this, and it's something else. And so just to notice. I don't know. Anyway, that's the thing that brings me joy and is also a source of stress. So thank you.
I'm hearing a little bit something around the expectation that's causing you some stress here with your son.
Yes. And with the fence, actually, expectation is probably it for both of them. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm excited to hear what else we get to uncover as we move through this call today.
Thank you.
Hi, Tiffany. Come on up.
Hi there. So transitions like ending school, going back to school have always just devastated me. And if I didn't have the tools, like going above the line, below the line, and when I worry or when I get really, it was just always kind of this, well, why are you sad? The school year has ended. What is that? It's so strange. And if I didn't have the tools about, well, what is the opposite of worry? And think about, what are you committed to? I'm committed to standing by my children and raising independent and strong children that I love. And my youngest is going to high school next year. If I didn't have these tools, I would have just been flattened this summer, marching into this summer, but I'm not, because I was thinking, what am I committed to? Make it easy, make it fun. So my son on his last day was day before yesterday. He said, hey mom, do you want to walk me to school? It'll be like, the last day you walked me to elementary school. Do you want to do that thing again that we did? Because I know you really liked that. I was like, really? And I was thinking, okay, don't cry, make it easy, make it fun, make it easy, make it fun. I was like, yes, let's do this thing. So we walked to school. And then I've got some other just challenging family things right now. My dad's having open heart surgery. I've got a brother that's got leukemia. We're all standing in line to donate stem cells. So I just, every time someone hears about this, they're like, oh, really? That's so hard. I'm like, no, I'm the match. You don't understand. I am the match. And everyone's like, oh, you are? That's so great. I'm like, well, they haven't confirmed it yet, but I am the match. So today I gave my blood and they're testing. And so I sent this crazy picture out to all my friends, in front of MD Anderson with my big, blood, draw and my big arm saying, here's the match coming in hot, and sent it up. I'm the match. So I'm making it fun, making it easy. I'm with smiles. I'm excited. I can't wait to see the results. And everybody, I'm marching into this. Make it fun, make it easy. What am I committed to? These are my tools in action. So thank you.
Yeah, I definitely can hear that positivity to keep you going, keep it simple, keep it easy. And I can definitely hear that. And I see it in your eyes too, as you're talking about it, from when you first would think of summer, you would dread it, you're devastated. And now there's like a shift. I'm excited for you this summer.
Well, wonderful. It's good to hear from so many people to find out what's up. And whatever it is that's up for you, you can also have a say in how that goes. So really the body of work that Bertha is going to be leading beginning March, excuse me, not March. I'm thinking of Tiffany marching. Marching with her
21st.
out. It's going to be June 21st, where we do vision and goals. We wanted to give everybody a taste of that could really be valuable for you in this moment right now and for people watching the recording. So I feel like it's a good time to take people through your guided experience, Bertha, and I'll be right here with you doing it too, okay?
Oh yes, this is my favorite part, is getting to write a vision. So this is something that I was telling Susan, like, I think this is what people need to start off their summer, you know. So what I want us to do is grab a piece of paper, or if you have your computer, you can write on your computer or whatever surface you have. We're going to be workshopping in class right now, and we're going to write our vision for the summer. So grab a piece of paper, whatever you have handy. And so just once I'll give you about a couple seconds to get all sorted with that. And then I'll give more instructions. Okay, I think everybody has something to write with. And if you are driving, it's okay. You can always listen back to the recording and follow along. But so take a seat, get yourself grounded, and close your eyes. And just take a deep breath. And exhale, cleansing everything else out. Any worries, doubts, fears, concerns, just let it go. Just come into this moment. And I want you to begin to picture your summer. What do you want your summer to look like? Where are you? In your vision, where are you? Who do you see around you? Are there people? And you can write down, sorry, I forgot. Like, you can start writing down anything that comes to you on your piece of paper. I just get so excited with this. So who do you see? Who's around you? You might see people that you know, you might see people you don't know, and that's okay. There's nothing to do about it, just be in the moment. Is it a sunny day? Are you inside? Are you outside? What does the space that you're in look like? What are some of the sounds that you hear? Maybe you hear the ocean, or you're in a car, you hear cars. What do you hear? Is there music? Are you talking? Are other people talking? How do you feel in this moment? How does your body feel? Do you feel excited? Feel happy? What are the sensations that your body is feeling in this moment? Do you smell anything in the space? Maybe you're grilling outdoor, having barbecue, or you're at a gathering and there's lots of food. or you're just enjoying a nice cold cup of water. What are you smelling or tasting? Do a scan of the whole space of where you are. Maybe zoom out a bit to see the bigger picture. And see what you see now as you zoomed out. What do you see as possible now in your summer? And do a full check-in of how you feel in this moment with the people that you're with. If you're not with people, if you're by yourself, just check in with yourself. How do you feel now in this moment of the summer that you've created? What does the person that you are right now in this summer vision know that the person sitting in this seat right now doesn't know? Did you find that you did something really fun with your family, or you finally settled in your job, or you're having a good flow of things happening in your life? Are you preparing for your next trip that you're taking this summer, or your next family gathering? Just take that in. And I'll give you 1 minute to just wrap up and zoom back into the present right now, so that you can write down anything that came up for you. You want to keep writing a few more notes of what you saw during this vision. And then when we're done, we'll share. When you're all ready, you can look up so I know that you're done. All right. So who wants to share what came up for them in their vision? Rebecca, come on up. Oh, you're on mute.
Hello, everybody. I'll go since I just figured out how to raise my hand.
Yay, congratulations. Good job.
Thank you. Okay, I am outside. The sun is shining. I am strong, fit, relaxed. Nature surrounds me. There is no clutter or darkness. There is laughter and music. I am playing the fiddle. I'm happy, confident, in charge, and peaceful. I am appreciative of all the people around me. I'm understanding. I feel compassionate and love for others and for myself. I smell fresh water, fresh air, wind, fire. I'm eating homegrown produce. The birds are chirping. I can smell the beehives. I can hear them buzzing. And I am in choice. I am courageous. I have this big space all around me to feel calm and creative. And I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm invigorated. I'm inspired, and I'm hopeful.
Wow, that's amazing. How do you feel in your body as you're reading that?
It feels really amazing. I finally took the time last night. I stayed up until 4 a.m. because we had a crazy thunderstorm and I was on a roll. I've been stuck with visions and goals. I got stuck with what are my inherited beliefs or my inherited legacies. And that blew my mind for about 8 months now, and it still does. And I'm still deciding what those are. And now that I feel I have choice, I feel I have space. And that has really been amazing. And so has everyone in this community. It's been so inspirational hearing everybody's stories and hearing everyone's ability to move forward and make their own goals happen.
Yeah, I totally hear that for you as you're sharing. Like, you sound so confident when you are reading your vision, like you're in choice about the vision that you created. I totally hear that. Good job.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share their vision or anything that they discovered as they were writing their vision? Even if there was maybe some resistance too, that's something you can share about as well, if you bumped into any resistance as you're writing this. Daniel.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm so excited for this. And so I'll share my vision. One of the things that I've been like bumping up against is actually things happening faster than I had planned. And I've been through a lot of transitions this year. And so I made a lot of big decisions, a lot of big choices, and it was just like ding, 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 ding. And so May kind of blew my mind, and I'm already reaching goals that I had planned for like August and September. And it's been frustrating because it's not like I'm done with these projects yet. The big project is building out my adventure van to go travel in. And I've done a lot and I'll be able to do stuff sooner, but I haven't like shifted the vision of like what to be doing like in the next month in August and these summer months. So having a summer vision it's exciting because I'm like, oh yeah, I needed that to kind of reset my sense of timing, because I felt like I was just like go, 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 do. And without the vision, I was just getting kind of frustrated and burned out. So this is my summer adventure vision. All right. I am camping next to a river in Merlin, my camper van. It's a dusky evening and the late summer sun is out of sight, yet there's still light and color in the sky. I can hear the subtle ripples of water from the river and I'm prepping dinner. On this particular trip, I am with friends and everyone is making their evening preparations so that we can feast around our campfire and enjoy each other's company into the evening. I'm excited to be cooking outside. It's one of my favorite things. I'm searing up some salmon, and the yummy blackened fish smell is wafting through the camp, mingling with the other dishes everyone is preparing. I feel free and unencumbered out in nature and connected to myself and my friends.
I love that. I want to be there with you. Like, I just can smell that you cooking outside, and it makes me hungry.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you, Daniel.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so anyone that wants to pop up, feel free. And it's okay to be in some silence and as you think about it. Oh, Suze, go for it.
Well, just so you all know, like, it's really fun to be able to be in the work and, like, to just drop into someone else's guided vision and be in the space versus holding the space. So thanks so much, Bertha. So for me, one of your mentors has asked me to be their officiant at their wedding. And then I have other family weddings. And so I hadn't actually thought of that. I just dropped right into the sensation. And so for me, it was, well, I'll read it. But so one of the things I want to just say to people is sometimes the vision doesn't always totally make intellectual sense until later. So like, it's like letting my body just kind of go. So I'm swimming in Lake Cowichan, which is where my husband's cousins live. And we are, of course, are in the southwestern desert of Utah, which is very, very hot in the summer. Beautiful. And, seeing myself in Lake Cowichan, I was like, oh, that'll be good. In late August evening, feeling great in my body and ready to help make dinner for the rest of the family. I hear the birds and the fish jumping, and I'm so grateful for this time together in the large trees. I've gone shopping earlier that day, and I'm ready to make delicious vegan food, even though I'm not a vegan. So it's like, oh, what am I gonna make? I don't even know. Okay, I got to be able to read my own handwriting, Bertha. I feel a sense of ease with the water, making my body feel strong and buoyant. Like, okay, that really stood out to me, like strength and buoyancy. So like, I was like, okay, that feels like a theme for the summer. I'm celebrating the shifts that I have made successfully with my own physical body and my body of work. Now, here's the other big theme is I arrive at nephew Bretty's wedding happy and ready to stand by him in his future. So like Brett and I will be celebrating our 30th wedding anniversary all in this summer, where we're officiants and then also younger people in our family are getting married. So I started to see that, okay, but I didn't see that in the vision. I'm seeing it now. So I'm sort of blah, blah, blah. Sorry. Not sorry, just I'm telling. I have said yes to yes. I am smelling the heat of the pine cones on the forest path. I am not in charge, and I am charged up. I'm grateful for listening to how does this say? I'm grateful for listening up and invoking elevation and elation. So yeah, I think I said elation. This is, I don't know what your handwriting looks like. I was like, so I feel like the thing I want to share, Bertha, is, I did the exercise and just, and simply just did it. And now I'm seeing, like, it's showing me something about the place I'm to take with strength and buoyancy around people marrying, and maybe even more broadly in our community. And people could maybe even be marrying with a commitment. It wouldn't necessarily have to be marriage. It could be marrying with a commitment to start a new job, or to have a baby, or to, become a coach like you are. You are that, and stepping into your first program, like being there for people is what it felt like. Swimming.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks. Thanks for letting me share.
Well, I love your share, Suze, because you're showing how your vision can come up. You take some notes, and then as you're processing, like, more things start to reveal themselves. And even after we're done with this call, you'll notice that there'll be other things that start coming up, and you're like, oh wow, okay, like maybe I'll add that to the vision. Or if you start to review it and clean it up a bit, and you see like, oh, okay, this is the purpose, this is the intention.
Yeah. And I love that, you led us with the purpose of being able to restore ease. And I feel like that led me to that element of water, anyway, I'm a water sign. So, okay.
So that's why the buoyancy. That's so good. I love that, Suze. Anybody else want to share anything, a few things that they discovered, or something new that they'll incorporate, like an upgrade that they received doing this exercise?
Bertha, I'll go ahead and
Yes.
share. So when you were leading us through the vision, I saw myself at, by the water on Lake Superior, and having the sun shining down, and it was just, setting, and my entire family was around, and we were in so much joy and so relaxed. And then I started to just generate words around what I hope to see, what I am creating for my summer, being with my kids at different times, supporting them in what they're doing, watching them do what they do, and celebrating them in their courage and strength to do what they're doing, and to really see everyone in my family and really feel that connection. And as I was listening to everyone share their visions, I really was moved. It brought me to a deeper place in myself to really allow what I really want to really settle into my bones. I feel like when I was doing it, it was just kind of on the surface, like, oh, could it happen? Maybe, maybe not. And so as I was listening, I felt my own vision coming in deeper. So thank you for
feeling it in your soul and body.
Yeah, in my soul and body, that it's up to me to allow it to be true.
Yes, it's up to you. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Beth, I think you raised your hand earlier.
I did. So not surprisingly, my vision was at home. And oh gosh, we have a hot tub, y'all. I totally forgot we have a hot tub. We have a hot tub. So I was like picturing myself, like, I like to get actually in the hot tub and not turn it on, like just have it be like almost like a hot bath, because we don't have a bathtub big enough. Like, anyway, all of our bathrooms are tiny. So I just love to go out there and like just like listen to the sounds of the night. We live in the suburbs, but it's enough land where there's like, you can hear all the insects singing. Yeah, like I can hear all the insects singing, and the sky is really clear, so I can see all the stars. And so like my kids are sitting out there with us, and they're telling like a funny story, and they're laughing. And yeah, I can like smell the lime in my sparkling water, that I've got there in the hot tub. And it just was like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm craving. This is what I'm longing for, and it's possible. And this is like exactly the vision for my summer.
I love hearing that, Beth, because I know family, being connected with your family is definitely something that you've been working on, focusing on. And
absolutely,
I can definitely hear that in your vision for the summer.
Thanks.
What did,
I'm just going to say out loud what I put in the chat.
Yeah.
Like, just for anybody that's considering having a family, it's worth all of it just for when they're adults or teens and they come home and tell you funny stories. Like, your children will be so funny. I'm going to tell you, they're so funny that you just can't stand it. Right, Tiffany? They're the funniest. And even if the kids don't think they're funny to you, and then they'll be funny to themselves. But I totally see that in your warm tub, Beth. It's great.
so we have a few minutes left. Suze, what would you like to do?
Well, I just feel like for people that are new to Community Light Hours, this is what we do inside our membership program twice a week on Mondays and on Fridays to help people really be able to create their week and land their week. They're recorded, they're shared with everybody. We have a number of different programs, and Bertha is really kicking off our foundational course, which we call Vision and Goals, Personal Legacy. That will happen in June. And then in August, Daniel is leading our integrated leadership course, which people can also begin with. It's just good to begin with a picture of what you want so that you're starting to activate what it is that you want. So I feel like it's just important if people have questions about Lightyear or what we do to let us know, and we can set up a call to help you with that. I personally would really love anyone who's received benefit from the community or this call or watching this recording to really consider taking Bertha's course that begins. She's a very worthy soul to be guiding people, and the cost is very approachable. I believe, what is it, Casey, Daniel? I don't want to misspeak. Well, I'm probably gonna. I want to
$295, yeah, Casey.
Yeah, it's $295 for 5 90-minute sessions in an intimate group of people that are doing some of the things, that Rebecca shared about, releasing our inherited legacies, letting go of some of the things of the past so that we can be in the now, and create and have the simplicity in our life. And one of the things I love about you, Bertha, is honestly, without getting shy, just look at her. She smiles. I married a man for that very reason. Like, she just validates you with her being, her natural set point is in joy. And I just feel that that's a really important quality for a Lightyear coach. And I'm just so happy. That's what I would say, is to have people come. And we've done our very best at Lightyear to democratize world-class personal development. So we don't charge you $15,000 to do what could provide 100 times value for you in your life, because we don't really have enough time left to be sad or to be stuck. And we want to reach everybody and anybody. So I'd say that. And then I want to let you have the last word, or let someone have the last word, Bertha, because you've just done such a great job, and I've loved being in your presence,
Yeah, well, so we like to usually close out with a word. So let's see, who am I hearing has the word for us for this end of the class? I hear Rebecca. Rebecca, what is the word to close out our class, or our call for today?
I hear choice.
Choice. Yes.
Choice.
Yes. As we're approaching summer, remember that you have a choice. It doesn't have to be this or that. There is choice. So carry that with you as you go on with your day and summer.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Thanks so much, everyone. And Daniel, let us know what camping ground you go to, just in case we want to come. Okay. Same with
Get some
everybody that
salmon.
shared their visions. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. If you guys want to come up to the lake, I'll drop a pin. Okay. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone, for being here.
Thanks, Bertha.
Good night.
Bye,
Thanks,
Liz.
Suzanne. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Thank you, Jen. Thanks, Natalie.
Mahalo, Karen.
Thanks, Daniel. Bye, Karen. Thanks,
Bye.
Rebecca.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.